Hello, this video will walk you through the process of filling out a timesheet. During the year, you will sign in and out every day at your site as instructed by your internal coach. These records will then be submitted as a timesheet through OnCorps to your supervisor every 2 weeks. Most importantly, they must be submitted with at least some hours and approved by the deadline in order for you to receive your living allowance. You can find these submission deadlines on the Living Allowance and Timesheet Schedule on page 125 of your AmeriCorps Program Manual. As such, it is important that you keep track of your timesheet deadlines and submit your timesheets on time. All of your hours will fall into 4 categories to be recorded in OnCorps. Those 4 categories are training, service at site, supplemental service at site, and civic engagement. To complete your timesheet, first open a web browser and go to mn.oncorreports.com. On the right, you will see a drop-down menu above the Submit button. Make sure your program year is selected. Once you have selected your program year, click Submit. You will see a list of most of the AmeriCorps programs in the state. Find your program and click on AmeriCorps member. You'll notice that there are multiple Reading Corps choices. If you are unsure of which one to select, you can go to reports.serve2grow/members and enter your ID number to log in. Your member ID number can be found on your name tag badge you wore at Institute or in an email about info pages that was sent out by your program manager. This website also has your login information for OnCorps. When you select your position, make sure you choose AmeriCorps member. Enter your username and password into the boxes. If you have forgotten your information, you can have it emailed to you by putting your email in the box below. If you're having problems, double check that you are in the correct program year, the correct program, and you have selected AmeriCorps member. If all of those pieces are correct and you're still having problems, please contact your program manager for further assistance. Now that we're in, you'll need to go to the Time Tracking tab at the top. Select Enter Timesheets from the menu that drops down. There is another drop-down box to select the period of service hours. Find the period where you've served your hours and select it. For this demonstration, we're going to select January 8th to January 21st of 2017. The due date is shown at the top of the timesheet. Some of you may have the option of selecting which supervisor you submit the timesheets to. Usually you should select the checkbox that is for your internal coach and not your master coach. If you are unsure to whom you should submit your timesheets, ask your program manager. Each day on the timesheet has its own row. Be sure to put the information in the correct column and row. All civic engagement service hours and any training hours that are not sponsored by Reading Corps or Math Corps require a pre-approved service opportunity request form in OnCorps. These forms must be submitted and approved before the hours are served. These hours must also have extra documentation on your timesheet. For these hours, you must include the date these hours were served, the organization where you served, supervisor's name for that service, and the supervisor's contact information in additional comments and description box at the very bottom of the timesheet. These details should match the details you provided in the corresponding service opportunity request form. Hours should be rounded to the nearest quarter hour. In order to make sure that your timesheet is accurate as possible, we recommend that you fill out your hours for the day every day or two throughout the pay period. To do this, simply fill out the day's hours and click the Save button at the bottom of the sheet. At the end of the pay period, which means after 4 p.m. on the last service day of the timesheet, you can submit your timesheet for approval. To do this, you should click on Authorize and Submit at the bottom of your timesheet. Make sure to push OK in the dialog box to finish sending your timesheet to be authorized. Always be sure to log out of OnCorps when you are done using it for the day so that your information is secure. That is the process to submit your timesheets.